Good morning, welcome back to my channel. I'm Judy. So today I'm going to be freeze drying some lemons that I got at Costco and some apples that I got from Azure Standard. These are called ginger golds. Looks kind of green on screen, but they're a golden color. They're really sweet. And I thought I'm going to freeze dry some of these and just put them in some jars just for snack on or just for storage, food storage. So I thought you might like to come along and see me freeze dry some of these. So let's get started. Okay, so I want to freeze dry some of these. I just had a small bag of lemons that I got from Costco the other day, and I don't want it to go bad, so I thought I'm gonna go ahead and freeze dry it. They're already kind of getting tough. Wow. So I can put them in hot teas. You could make lemonade once you reconstitute them. This knife is kind of dull. Let me try a different knife real quick and see if that makes a difference. Because, let's see here. A little bit better, but not much. Maybe I waited a little too long to do this. Well, anyways, it'll still work. So I thought I would chop these or slice these up. That one's a little softer. And get them in the freeze dryer along with the apples. We'll see how many I can get because I just have a few lemons, but I have a lot more apples, and I only have 4 trays that will fit in my freeze dryer. And I'm leaving the seeds and all in there. And I don't have to put these in lemon juice. The apples I will, as I'm slicing them, put them in lemon juice. But I have come to find that when you freeze dry stuff, it retains its color. And 99% more of the nutrients. Even though I still love to dehydrate. Some things I dehydrate, some things I freeze dry. But I'm just going to take these and put these in like a half-gallon jar. And just take out what I need to use in my, like medicinal teas and stuff. They're still pretty juicy. I have to get a paper towel here in a second. And I might dehydrate the ends. And I washed everything, scrubbed everything, and put in vinegar water, so they're clean. And I try to keep them, uniform, but it's not perfect without cutting your fingers. All right. But now these aren't organic. Usually Costco stuff is, organic, but these lemons were not. And that's fine. They're still really good. Okay. So we'll see. I got quite a few apples. Now the apples I got from Azure Standard are organic. And they're delicious. They're very sweet. Okay. You could also, when you dehydrate or freeze dry these fruits like this, you could put them on wreaths for Christmas or, any holiday, like fall. Okay, so there's one tray, and I'm not going to spray these with any because they are lemons, so they're going to be put in the freeze dryer here shortly. Okay, now we're going to do some of these ginger golds from Azure Standard. I'm leaving the peeling on. Like I said, they've been washed and they've been cleaned, so I soaked them in vinegar. I love freeze-dried apples, but I also love dehydrated apples too. And I cut them like this because I can get a lot more on a tray than if you just do a circle type of cut. I'm just trying to keep them all uniform. Oh, in the lemon juice. Sorry, put them in the lemon juice first. By the time I get done, they'll be turning brown. And we don't want any seeds in there. This is good to throw in trail mix. Of course, you might want to chop them a little smaller. Saving my cores. Because I may try making some apple cider vinegar. But these apples from Azure, these are so delicious. I went back on there because I was going to try to order some more. But it looks like they're out of these. They have different ones. They have the Honey Crisp, which I might get some of those. Oh, this core out of here. We don't want the seeds. And of course you want to cut off any bad spots because you don't want to freeze dry those. And I just have a bowl over here with lemon juice and water. Okay, so I'm going to keep slicing my apples and get my trays filled up, and I will bring you back and show you the freeze dryer. Of course, it's going to be probably at least 24 hours before they're done. And then we'll get to see the final results. And put them in some jars. And we'll seal the jars. And we'll have some apples for food storage. And you can make apple pies with them after you reconstitute them. Or whatever you want, apple crisp. Okay, here's my Harvest Right freeze dryer. It's I think it's considered a medium? Can't remember, but it's 4 trays. They have ones with 5 trays, but we have the 4 tray. And it has the digital. You let it cool for 15 minutes, and then it tells you to load your stuff in the freeze dryer. So, and then just shut the door, and it locks. And then you hit, it says close your drain valve, and the drain valve is back there. That little, it's kind of dark, but that little black lever back there, you have to turn it towards the freeze dryer, and it locks. If not, your air will come out. It won't freeze properly. And then you hit continue. And then it starts freezing. And it will, once it gets to a certain temperature, I forget what it is exactly. I'll have to look at it when it's done. And then it freezes everything. And then the vacuum pump, which is right here, will kick on, and it starts sucking all the moisture out, and that's what freeze dries your food. So we will come back when it's all done, but right now we're going to go do some more apples for the dehydrator. Okay, I got 5 trays of the ginger gold apples from Azure, the organic ones, and I soaked them in lemon juice, just like I did for the freeze dryer trays. And put on the temperature of 125, and my book that I have says about 12 hours. So we'll see how long it takes, and I'll bring you back with the results. Okay, I wanted to show you when the freeze dryer is finished. Process complete. These apples took 43 hours. So I'm going to show you what the ice looks like. You can see it. See all the buildup of the ice? That's where all the water goes out of your food product. So now I have to put it on defrost. So defrost. And then you have to make sure you leave your valve open so it can drain out, and then hit continue, and then it goes into defrost mode. Okay, now I'm going to show you the difference between dehydrated and freeze-dried apples. Okay, so this is my finished product. So I got 2 half-gallon jars. Well, the one's almost not quite as full, but of the freeze-dried ginger golden apples, and then a gallon jar or half-gallon jar and a half of a quart jar of the dehydrated apples, and then I got 2 quart jars of the freeze-dried lemons. So this is what a lemon looks like when it's freeze-dried. I left the seeds in there, but if you listen, it's dried all the way through. So you can take these and throw them in your teas. You could make like a hot tea. You could also make like a lemonade. by, you know, putting them in the water and letting them reconstitute. And you can use them for crafts. I'm going to do some oranges too, but you can use them for crafts on a wreath, like a Christmas wreath or fall wreath. So it's really, really cool. It just retains the color and the smell, and of course the taste. It's pretty tart, so I'm not going to do that so I could talk. Now these are the freeze-dried apples. So the color, I left the peelings on. The color is just like when I put them in there. I think the lemon juice helped them, you know, before I put them in the freeze dryer too. But okay, now here's the sound. See, they snap. If you hear that, they're kind of like a styrofoam. That's what it reminds me of. But the flavor, once the water is extracted out and it's freeze dried, the flavor is so potent. It is so delicious. And then now is the dehydrated. So the freeze dried took 48 hours. The dehydrated took about 28 hours because these are really high in sugar. And I don't know if because it's already warm out there in that room because of the freeze dryer, but they just took longer than what I thought they would take. But these are high in sugar, this brand of apple. Okay, so here, I'm going to let you hear the sound. So they're crispy. You have a good snap to them. They are dry. And they're crunchy, and I like them both ways. But as far as the color, I really like the freeze-dried. But you can take either one of these apples like this. Jax is standing here waiting for a bite. And it's a good snack for dogs too. It's a healthy treat. So I'm going to make a homemade granola, and I think I'm going to try some of these freeze-dried apples and dehydrated ones in a homemade granola and see how they hold up. I think these will probably hold up a little bit easier maybe. I don't know. We'll see. But I hope you enjoyed the video. And I will leave a link to a Harvest Right freeze dryer in my description box below. And my dehydrator is an Excalibur, so it's a pretty popular. But there's all kinds out there. And so, anyways, I hope you enjoyed the video. Give it a thumbs up and a like if you haven't already subscribed. Please subscribe and look for the homemade granola to come here pretty soon video. And then I have a fall pumpkin cookie that I made yesterday for Ed to take to work, and that video is coming up. So hope everyone has a blessed day, and I will catch you in my next video. Bye.